What is up, guys? Keem Williams here, and I'm here today in the Muscle Meds warehouse with this amazing product. It's called Aromatest. Aromatest is a natural aromatase inhibitor that's going to keep your estrogen levels low. Elevated estrogen levels can lead to three things: a bloated look, which is caused from water retention, increased body fat, and also gynecomastia, which are three things that you definitely want to avoid. So head to the website today at www.musclemedrx.com and try the Aromatest today.
What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
Do you have time to look at my training program, the weekly program?
Sure, man.
What do you think?
Monday, arm day.
Yes.
Tuesday, bicep and triceps.
Yes.
Wednesday, chest and bicep. All right, got it, chest. Thursday, arms and neck. Bro, what is this? You're doing arms like 4 times a week?
What?
Like, what is going on?
Bro,
Do you train anything else?
every day is arm day.
But it make no sense, bro. It make no sense.
Come on, bro. Look at your arm.
Balance, balance. Hey guys, welcome to this week's Generation Iron podcast. Your hosts, me, Victor Martinez, Ehsan Farahi, Vlad Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. Welcome back, and I want to start this opener by saying thank you to Jose Martinez, not Martinez, Martinez, because he's Latino, and he sent me this badge from his Engine 78 in Chicago. I appreciate this. You guys don't know why, but I'm always, mention it. I got into bodybuilding because I was getting ready to be a firefighter. And it was one of those things I was focused on. Victor Munoz was prepping me for it. And it was a pipe dream because, I really did want to be a firefighter because, especially in New York City, because it was one of those jobs that I thought it was dangerous, but in the end, very brave. So I have a lot of respect for firefighters. Thank you. I'm going to add this to my collection.
Thank you.
And you guys don't know, a lot of guys are also from Kuwait. You have guys from the oxygen team. They're firefighters as well, And I got to make T-shirts for them over there. But thank you. And I'm going to add this to my collection. I'm humble.
Okay, Vic, so you selected another question today, and the winner of that question is E-M-A-D-A-L-I, Imadali 3997. My question to Victor is, how much body fat is ideal? And can you have 3 to 6% body fat throughout the year? And is it dangerous, or is it possible to have this body fat percentage? And is body fat anywhere linked or has connection with face or body bloating?
Ooh,
Interesting
Good question,
Right?
actually.
3.5.
3 to 6%.
3 to 6%. Listen.
That's rough, right?
Listen, man, unless you're starving yourself and you have no food, or you're freaking Michael Hearn, no, it's not good. It's. You
I think he's wrong. I think he's calculated wrong. I mean, it's possible. Impossible.
It's too low, man.
It's too low. 3% is that
And he said
person.
all year round, he said.
No,
3%
year-round
is
not
that
real.
person in standing on stage just for 2, max 3 days. Impossible to bring that level low and keep it low.
Yeah, you could hold it low. The thing is, there's always things that happen when your body fat's that low. Mm-hmm. For one, your immune system is weak.
Yeah, you're right.
No body fat. It's like, and to sustain that, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work. It's unhealthy, obviously. A healthy level, and you're still going to look low fat. I would have to say 10 is good.
All year round.
Yeah, you can sustain 10. It's not bad. They say the happy medium is like 12.
It's very hard to bring 10, by the way.
Yeah, and it's still pretty hard, But again, I mean, you want to look good, but then you're always going to be moody as hell because what are you doing to be that lean? I mean, again, very few people could do it and sustain it. They have a different system. You know, is it a high-fat diet? You know, is it a keto diet? Are you carb cycling constantly? There's going to be one of those days that you're just going to go crazy and, you know, start eating everything you see and blow up. You know, you can't sustain it, like you said. For a show, you're doing it for a show. That is the main goal. You're dieting down for that. You drop your water, you go in. And I seen guys compete, you know, 2-3%, but they're not always the winner at the same time, from what I've seen. I've seen guys crush them and, you know, have the complete look. And so I don't know what is the goal, to walk around that low in body fat, because you're not going to feel that great. I don't think so. I mean, I never seen it unless the guy is actually prepping for a show, going to another one in between shows.
And I think he's asking, is it healthy, right?
Yeah, and he's asking, is it healthy? But he's also saying, is it dangerous or is it possible to have?
Yeah, it's not as healthy. Again, I mean, are you going to fall apart or anything? Again, it's going to start affecting your mind before it does your body. And then eventually it's going to be your immune system. You don't have anything to fight it off. And it depends also where you live. I mean, are you in a warm climate area all year round? Possibly. You know, is it winter time? Man, it's going to be
Well, it sounds like he or she is a competitor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, but then you can't always peak then. If you're a competitor and you're carrying around 3%, I mean, there's right now, Physique Olympia, I think she carries low body fat all year round, you know.
You said Michael Hearn did.
Michael Hearn, I mean, again, but they have a system in play. I mean, are you this person that are very strict with your diet, know when to increase your body fat, know when to lower it? I mean, most of the greats that manage to do it, you know, have a certain balance. But all year round, healthy, feeling good, physically and psychologically, I will have to say no.
Shout out to Michael Hearn, by the way. Question for you, a side question. Do you believe that Michael Hearn is a natural athlete?
He's natural at being an athlete, yes.
So natural what?
He's natural at being an athlete. That was
do you think Michael Hearn ever engaged in using PEDs?
Listen, at the end of the day, people question, is Michael this, Michael that? He can give you the same things that he's doing, and are you going to be that disciplined to follow it? Most likely no.
He's very disciplined. Super
Yeah, his
disciplined.
discipline is beyond most people's grasp.
Who wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym?
No,
A lot of people do.
4. No, 4 he's in the gym. That means he wake up 3 to take up, be ready. 4 he's in the gym. He started the 4 to 6.
Well, he's there. He's there always. I mean, that's for sure.
I mean, it's a California lifestyle. It's a West Coast lifestyle, you know, in the East Coast, because, you know, obviously East Coast is different lifestyle. So
There's always debates about Michael Hearn, the natural, a lot of people don't believe him. So, you know, I asked this question to a lot of bodybuilders in interviews.
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, for other people, they just want to, you know, throw shades at him so they could feel better about themselves. But in the end of the day, he's the one at the helm. He's the one that's 50 what? How old is he now?
52, I think. 55? 55.
Crazy.
He's up
think
there.
so. I
Most
think
guys
55.
are in their 20s, don't look half as good as him.
No.
And the only thing you can do is try to chip at him and what he has created. And, you know, hopefully that will make you feel better about yourself. But most likely, it still won't make you feel better. So you go on, you look at somebody, use them as a target, and you try to diminish all the hard work they've done. And Michael Hearn is just a different type of human being, you know? I mean, most of you guys will not be able to do this. And I don't know. I'm waiting for his book to come out of secrets so I can follow it to the T. And that's it.
All right, so back to the question. So to answer this gentleman's questions, 3% not healthy. Don't do it all year round, right?
It's not healthy. I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you're trying to achieve more muscle.
There you go.
You know,
Unless you're Ronnie Coleman. He did say he was.
I mean,
3%.
Ronnie
We're gonna get to that
Coleman
in a
did
minute.
it, but that was to peak. He peaked for a show. Ronnie was not 3% all year round.
Speaking of Ronnie Coleman here, so 3 years ago he went on the podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan, right? And Ronnie Coleman, this ties into this question. So let's talk about this right away, right? So Ronnie Coleman said that he was 0.33% body fat, and sometimes even negative body fat. After he did a water test, I've seen a lot of videos, people saying that, first of all, negative is impossible. And
Flex Wheeler did about 2.
And 0.33 is physically impossible. So people
Impossible.
called him out. Like a lot of people, like Greg Doucette, what's his name? Doucette, he called him out on it. Countless other people were like, "What is he talking about?"
It's impossible. Depends on how
But you seen
they
him on
calculate
stage though.
it.
You seen that tree he pulled out 1 year? Was it 2003?
You was next to him. You was next to him. You saw close in
But the question is,
more than close than us.
Yeah.
the question
Do you
is,
think his points is
point 30, point
There's no body fat
33,
there, bro.
33?
It was just peeled.
and even negative is said sometimes.
I think I mean
Is he
I'm
mistaken?
not gonna
Is
doubt
he-
him. I'm not gonna doubt him. I mean,
So you believe?
I mean, did the person that gave him the actual test tell him the truth? I mean, was it a
Water,
full
it was
test?
a water test, which is supposed to be very accurate.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the most accurate, So who are we to try and contradict that? If he says so, I mean,
I can't believe it.
No, but the doctor said it's physically impossible.
I can't believe that number. for
doctors say
him.
a lot of things are impossible, until
Yes.
they're proven wrong.
Okay, you heard it first. So Vic, so you're saying what he said was
I
accurate.
cannot say no because one, I wasn't there. I didn't do the test. If he say so, I mean, Ronnie is a guy with integrity. I mean, why would he lie? I mean, if they told him that, he just has to,
Maybe they lied to him. Whoever did the test.
That's the only thing that could possibly have happened. But Ronnie will not inflate or deflate anything that he's done. We all seen him work. We all seen his ethic. He was straight line, man.
He was shredded to the bone. I mean, as a shredded was, especially his glutes, his lat. I mean, he was.
You think Ronnie?
2003, 2002, but
Yeah.
that number is a crazy number, especially when he says negative. It's impossible for
Do you
human
think
body.
Ronnie at his prime was better than Phil Heath at his prime?
Ronnie's prime
Yes.
is a different level, man. Ronnie's the only one that's going to be there, and I don't think nobody's ever going to repeat that. I mean, Phil is great. He's got 7, but when you put both of them up there in their prime, it's like you can't really.
I mean, yeah.
First of all, there are two different physique. Phil is narrow. Ronnie Coleman was wide. Ronnie Coleman was huge when he's standing on the stage.
Right.
Was-
But he was, yeah.
I mean, Phil his was huge too on the stage, but not like Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman looked like an alien, comes from a different planet. But
that's why he has 8 Olympia wins.
yes, I mean, so many people they believe he couldn't win the 9-2. I don't know that, but is a Ronnie Coleman is special human being on Mr. Olympia stage? Yes.
So maybe it's feasible that he was 33% body fat.
Yeah.
You never
I would
know.
agree.
Do you think that we'll ever see I wouldn't say ever. Jay Cutler was the last white man Olympia winner. Do you think we'll see another white man win the Olympia, Mr.
Why
Olympia?
not? I mean, could be. Can't say no.
Hadi is not white.
Hey, Hadi's not white.
Yeah, Hadi's
What do you
is
mean?
olive.
No, the reason I asked that question, we were getting
He's from your town.
we're getting those questions as well. It's like that was one of the questions. Is like, hey, do you think we will see another, maybe Nick Walker?
I mean, we will never see another Arnold. We won't see another Lee Haney, another Ronnie. There's levels to it, There's levels to it. And I think this day and age, seeing that we have a lack of babies being born, guys joining the military, not enough balls to get there to repeat what these guys have done in the past,
Right.
So I'll say not yet, not anytime soon,
So
Not anytime soon.
but later.
I hope we answered. What's the gentleman's question again?
So that was Emma Dolly, 3997.
So Amidali, you get to pick between winning this pack of ready-to-drink protein or this tub that will last you for 1 week.
Take both.
So guys, submit your question below in the comments, and Victor, if he'll pick it, then you get the prize for muscle mats.
Keep them coming, guys. All right, what's today's topics? Let's see, man.
So on the topic of body fat, right? So what Ronnie said, I guess it's plausible according to you. So
Could be again, you had the magic formula. You had the formula.
what was your body fat percentage when you compete?
Never measured.
Never measured.
Never cared to. I just looked at the mirror. I mean, and every time somebody asked me, I would just lie. So I could just.
What did you say it was?
0%.
I would say 4.
4
4 is a good number, right?
4.
2007, you're 2-on-1. Definitely. 2007.
Again, I never
Accepted,
did
man.
it. They offered it. I think one year I was working Equinox. They had the machine. I was like, I don't want to do that.
A lot of them are not
We
even
never,
accurate.
No, didn't care.
What's a water test, by the way? It's where you put yourself in water.
Yes, they go
Yeah,
in
it's
the water.
submersible, yeah.
Yeah, have to go in the water. They
Go
have to
under it,
test.
and it's just
Yeah.
like
There's a few workout you have to do in the water, testing for thickness of the skins, different part of the body, and calculate it all together. But I want to add something for this topic. Muscle and fat inside the body is working like this. When the muscle comes up, fat goes down automatically. When the fat goes up, muscle goes down. You cannot bring it up both together as the same. It can be same.
What about
same.
powerlifters and those huge strongman guys? They have both fat and muscle.
need the fat.
So fat is more than muscle is up. That's why the fat gives power too. If you look at the power lifter in the Olympics, for heavyweights, all of them carrying huge fat.
One thing I noticed though with powerlifters, when they start lowering the body fat, they're more susceptible to injuries.
Yes.
So they need that
One
fat.
thing
They need that
I
fat.
always notice that when they actually lose the weight, I always feel like they need to be heavier,
And they cannot lift either.
and they won't be able to lift the same
Yes.
amount. It's just one of those things. The extra fat does help,
I have a question about like fat reduction specifically. I know this topic comes up a lot in bodybuilding and fitness, right? Like how do you spot reduce fat in certain areas? You know what I mean? Let's say you're like a jacked guy, you're working out heavily, you eat a lot of junk food at the same time. And let's say you have fat stomach because of that, but you still have huge shoulders, massive back, you know what I mean? But you want to spot reduce your stomach. Is that ever possible?
I mean, I've seen it when they use the neoprene around the waist. It kind of concentrates
The
in that
cream, right?
area,
The cream?
and cream, or the cream, and then the neoprene is kind of like that
The belt, yeah,
waist
yeah.
trimmer.
Waist
You
trimmer,
put it
yeah.
on. You put some lotion. Usually, my favorite preparation H, and but you are gonna lose the weight. But if you're eating junk, it's just not gonna work. It's not one of these things that, and if you're not doing the cardio, you're not doing the diet, it's just not gonna work.
Right.
You got to do a medley of things and kind of put them together to work to your benefit. And again, is your body fat going to go on your stomach? Yes. But again, if you're just focusing on dieting without training, eventually you're going to lose it everywhere else.
How about a fat freeze? There's a lot of business right now, right? It's like fat freezing. They freeze your fat. It's not intrusive surgeries. They put you some kind of like a belt device, and they freeze off your fat cells.
So they freeze the fat cell. What they do? They break it.
No, it's inside. It's inside. I mean, we should probably research.
No,
it.
I seen it.
You know what I'm
I've
talking
seen
about?
it. Yes, it's sculpting.
Body sculpting. Yes.
Yes,
Body
yes.
sculpting.
Ice
yeah.
sculpting. Yeah. What?
It's work for the skin. It's not fat, not inside the fat body.
No, it's under the skin, of
It's
course.
a little
just the
painful
skin.
too.
Probably.
It is painful.
It's a little
yeah.
painful.
Would
yeah.
you recommend that to a client that doesn't want to lose fat here?
I'm
but
recommended
wanna-
to woman has a delivery baby and skin loose. Yes, it's work for shrinking the skin.
Interesting.
And it's helping for the skin become more healthy and shrinking. But if you have a fat around your belly and your core midsection, you have to diet and work out. We don't have any. You have to. Any injection, any bands, come back.
What if you
after
just don't
2
want
weeks.
to? What if you just don't want to diet? What if you just want to get a liposuction?
I'm
You're gonna have
against
that weird-
liposuction big time, man.
We're gonna have
Don't
that
talk
weird
here.
BBL stomach look. You seen their stomach when they
You see,
do
no,
that?
it's the belly
They have
button.
the same weird belly button.
You're talking about the
Yes.
weird. You're talking about the weird belly button.
Yeah, the weird. No, but then they have that weird
Weird skin.
skin in that area, and it's just that one area. It just
It
looks
looks.
so
I know what you're
weird.
talking about. Yeah, like
Because
before
I
and after
think-
Because
picture.
that's like I think that's like a that's lipo and it's also sculpting, but it's because sometimes most of the time is because of a lot of stretching
Yeah,
from like maybe having a kid or
and then
something.
they walk
like that.
slower too when they do that. For some reason, I don't know.
And
why.
those things addicted too, you know. For you, first time you're doing it, you feels good after one
Get
week,
it multiple
2 weeks.
times. Oh damn.
Oh yeah, I know the person do 5-6 times.
Liposuctions or sculpting?
Sculpting.
Ice sculpting, non-intrusive. They don't cut anything. Just put. So
Yeah.
what
say
if you just love?
combine it.
What if you love to work out and you love to eat and you don't give
You
a shit
can
about that?
add that as an addition, and I think if you love to work out and you still want to focus on one area, you can add that, and it will help.
Yes.
Well,
Like,
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Not
I
that
think-
alone. That alone
Yeah.
is kind of like, come on, man. You're cutting corners. You're gonna look weird, man. Just work it out because you're gonna have a better, look, it's going to look as natural as it can be because you're actually working out. And that's just, you're doing it. I think I did one of those before.
What, body liposuctions?
It was no, not like.
No, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure because we talked about two different things.
I wonder where all that fat girl goes. When they do the liposculpt, it's pretty.
It's like
disgusting.
goes into some kind of machine, I think.
Any
man.
Mr. Olympians?
Yeah,
any
I want
Mr.
to see. I want
Olympians
to buy that
knows to
fat
do
make soap.
Vic, do
If
do
one
you
of the
think-
Mr. Olympians do that, liposuction.
Probably.
No, I think
They're gonna have that weird distorted muscle.
Yeah, yeah.
Vic, do
Because
you
I
think?
think
Do you
in
think? Do you think there's lipo in like wellness, or like some sort of plastic surgery?
you'll be able to
in wellness?
tell.
Yes,
You'll be able to tell.
definitely.
I know they do the
I
butt
think
injection.
that they really could because we were just in obviously Mexico. We go to a lot of the shows as well. We
Well, they
see
do have
the
abs
wellness
though.
division.
They do have the
They have
abs,
abs, but sometimes you could see like they could easily enhance themselves.
easily.
With
they've done
plastic surgery.
They've done the glute injections. You could see it.
Yes.
Right.
So what procedure did you do? You got the body sculpting?
No, not body sculpting. I think the cold. I didn't do that one. It was more like they put like these patches on.
Oh,
it,
yes. And
electrical,
then they
and it
yes.
pulsates, and it's kind of like all right, cool.
And it's like you did 1,000 crunches, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt all right. I'm not here to promote it. Whatever you want
How-
to do it, try it.
We know this
doesn't
guy,
hurt.
David Michigan.
David
He uses
Michigan
these
does that.
patches. He puts them on his leg and his arms, and they pulsate. Like,
Yeah, they're good. They're good for warming up. If you're gonna train a muscle, I would have to say it is a benefit. It feels like you almost done a couple of warm up sets, and it sets you up to have a very good workout. In a shorter period of time without having to have such long.
Basically, they shock the nerves to
it contracts.
contract all muscles. So when you work out, when you're doing biceps like this, bring
Bruce
your
Lee
hands
did
up.
it first, man.
Yes, right.
He did what? The device?
Electrical, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's right. I've seen the videos.
When
Yes.
when you work out, basically you send a order with the nerves to muscle to move. If you don't have a completely control with your nerves, which is to send the order, you cannot pick up the heavy weight. So they add this one with the lightweight. You're using all nerves and 100% muscle movement. So this is the new basically like a 5-6 years coming. Some bodybuilder using. I believe the first time I saw Dexter Jackson use it,
That machine.
that machine for leg press.
So instead of leg
the
press, you
newbie,
did-
they got the newbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it in California, and
Yeah,
I did
California,
it.
yeah.
I did it with
Who's that
Charles.
coach?
I did it
Not
with-
Charles.
Charles
Other
Glass?
guy.
No, not Charles Glass.
Not Charles Glass.
No, he did it with this other bodybuilder. I forget his name.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah.
It's work for some people has a problem.
Yeah, I
to
did it with
eat.
Max Charles.
Max Charles.
Yeah, I did it with him.
Max Charles.
And, but it was crazy because he said, "Victor, let's try this." And I'm like, I've done it, but not the way
It was
he kinda
intense,
jacked
yeah?
me up. I think he had me at like freaking 100.
It's too much, yeah.
But I didn't do that much weight. But the intensity, and how we pushed through the threshold.
you feel like a 300.
I puked, man, after.
Oh, really?
You puke?
Yeah, I puked, man.
Wow.
It was like,
How many
that
times?
intense.
It was-
How many
yeah,
times you
man.
puke in the training?
probably that was
whole life?
I think the second time, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. I never puke in the training. I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
not
never
bad. Let's
trained.
do legs once, man.
I thought
Every day is arm day. Every day
I've
is
puked
arm day.
before.
Yeah, every day's arm day. Come on, man. Stop that
I know. I used to do
nonsense.
suicides in college, and that I probably puked a couple times after that. And that's just running.
Yeah, it's just when you push through that, you push through that pain, and it gets to the point like, oh, I think I pushed too hard. And you don't really want to puke because I consider that, what a waste of calories,
Yeah.
Like, no, and I'm trying to swallow it back. It doesn't taste too
But
good.
once you puke it, you feel much better afterwards.
Yeah, you relieve.
Yeah, some people do feel better. Only if it's a bacteria, though. But no, if you start getting the water in your mouth, it's like, just go ahead, man. Just
do
let
it.
it go, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, there's a lot of answers out there for fat loss, reduction of fat and all that. But I think that there's, Yeah, you got Ozempic out there, so you have all these doctors, I guess, recommending it now too.
Yeah, I think the best lotion I ever used, and it hasn't been out. And if I'm gonna say the name, but if somebody tells you it's the real legit one, it's bullshit.
This is your fat loss secret.
No, this is like I used it years ago, and a friend of mine went to Mexico, and at that time they used to have great supplements to buy, great steroids. Now I don't know. I mean, it's got to be, I guess, good because
We went underground over there. We actually went to some underground spots in Mexico where they actually made this stuff.
Really?
Nice.
So you guys go into factory?
We did, man. It was pretty interesting.
Did you bring something for me?
We couldn't get it quite
It's
through
already
the border.
here, man.
We couldn't get it through the border for some reason. But what's interesting is that we spoke to a few people out there in Mexico about the topic of steroids, and it's obviously an unregulated market right now, but it's not illegal.
It's Mexico, man. Come on, man.
Right. But in Mexico, it is
not
not
approved.
So what lotion are you talking
You're on our
about?
prescription, and it's like text it to me.
Wait, what's the lotion you were talking about?
Oh, Tricana.
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 Sounds like Tropicana.
Yeah, I know, but it was great, man. It's like a T3 lotion.
Can you put that on your stomach?
Tea tree lotion.
You see how your stomach, you have your abs, you have your skin. Well, every time I put this thing on, I used it for, can you remember the show? I think it was USA, I don't know. But you put it on and you
And then you
start
gotta put
working
the
out.
waist trainer?
The vascularity comes out. It's crazy.
And then with the waist trainer.
No, I didn't use waist trainer.
Just
I was running on young at that time. You don't need waist trainer when you're
Just
young.
lotion, just straight up lotion.
Straight up lotion, you put on your glutes and your hamstrings and your, anywhere around your waist, wherever you want the.
And it burns the fat right off.
I mean,
That's-
it was shredding, it was cutting.
That
it.
sounds like a fake commercial to me.
Yeah,
And
no,
it burns the fat right off.
it was
Yeah,
good.
I
I
know,
mean,
right?
there was another one we used to get in Spain. I remember when I went out there, I bought a ton of it, and women loved it, man. I mean, it was.
To use it or
Yeah. That one, I don't remember the name, but they do make one close to it, but they took out the main ingredients that makes it a great lotion.
probably bad. It probably has some kind of bad effects, after effects.
No, it's just a steroid, and it was being abused, and people were buying tons of it, and they were like, you know what, let's just take this one thing out. They still sell it, but it's not the same.
So that's interesting. I mean, does steroids actually help, kill body fat too?
I mean, it helps you because you're building out more muscle, and like Ehsan said, you want to, build that muscle, brings down lower body fat.
Yeah, definitely helpful. I mean, it's not that crazy losing fat, but when you build muscle, your fat goes down.
Yeah.
Again, that's if you are dieting. Some people just genetic freaks. They could take a steroid, they'll look great, almost like they're dieting. Other people would just get big, but they'll put on the fat because they're not dieting.
Right.
All right, guys. Questions for Victor. Submit your question. Get a chance to win some muscle meds, and hopefully you'll pick it, right?
Yep, we'll pick it. Keep them coming. All right, guys, thank you for joining us in this week's Generation Iron podcast. Remember, follow us, like, comment, and download the podcast if you want to see any of our prior podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get it.